I think we'll be shouting this right from the beginning of the season that Arsenal needs a striker. Arsenal needs a striker. And I've been hearing some Arsenal fans around me saying, no, we are okay with Havertz. Or no, we've not found the right profile. Okay, go for Ivan Toney. No, Ivan Toney is not the kind of, the issues he has off the pitch. We don't really want him. Okay, go for Gyökeres. Gyökeres, we don't really tested him. We don't really feel he's the one. So Arsenal fans have been picking and choosing strikers. No, we don't want this one. This one is not what we want. Okay, now who do you want? Because you need a striker. It's not rocket science to come to the point where you just decide, where you just say that, a team like Arsenal, if you don't have a good striker, starting for you, there are some games you don't just win. What's up, my people? Welcome to Vertical Football. Welcome to another episode of 5 Things We Learned. Arsenal nil, Newcastle 2, the semi-final of the EFL and Carabao Cup. Guys, exciting game, I must say. I really enjoyed the match. A lot of interesting talking points. So guys, let's jump right into it. The 5 things we learned. The first thing is, I must say, it was surprising to see Newcastle play the way they played, at least for most part of the first half, and also for a considerable amount of the second half. I think it was surprising to see Newcastle have more passion, have more desire, go out, wanting to play football, wanting to win. I think, normally you would expect Newcastle to be the one to kind of sit back, even though eventually they sat back. But the first half was surprising, I must say. They just went out, they tried to make things happen, and I think it was good to see. And I think it was surprising. And I think even Arsenal would have just thought that, playing against Newcastle, they would try to pull Newcastle back and try to have the ball and be wary of the counter-attack. But I think Newcastle really surprised Arsenal. And I think they also surprised us. The second thing I have to say, the second point is that Arsenal defensive line and even the defensive shape had a lot of issues, especially for the 2 goals. I think even most especially the second goal, I felt they were too easy to play through. I think, they were not responsive. It's as if, especially the first goal was as if they had forgotten that they were playing a game. They didn't react quick enough. And Newcastle just had the opportunity to play, to move quickly through them. Even the second goal, it was as if they were a little bit static, not responsive, not aggressive enough, not closing the spaces down. And I felt it was really, really bad to see. And they considered those 2 goals, and it was poor. It was poor really coming from Arsenal. The third point is Newcastle's defensive structure was exciting and also kind of surprising, because I think Arsenal had issues in the first half. Even though Arsenal didn't play a bad game, they had a lot of chances clearly, but they did not just convert those chances. But I think the Newcastle defensive shape in the first half was 4-5-1 defensively 4-5-1, and it was hard for Arsenal to really play through. Arsenal had to dig deep to even create those chances that they did. And then you could see in the early part of the second half, at least for the last close to 30-25 minutes of the second half, you could see the likes of Newcastle playing a 5-5. 5-5. That's the defensive shape. 5-5, and then the keeper. It was surprising. I was like, what are these people trying to do? 5-5. And then I saw Almiron enter, and Almiron was doing like this 5-5 to tell them we should maintain that defensive shape. And I said, wow, it's really, 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 really funny. And I even saw the likes of Eddie Howe do like this. You think he's trying to say dive, but it's not. He's talking to attacking players. So to say no, what he's trying to pass through is the defensive shape now is 5-5. And I think Newcastle, I don't get team. These are one of the few teams in the Premier League that when on their day, when they score you 2 goals, you just expect that you will try, but you will not be able to really, maybe you will not be able to really equalize on their day. And you could see that Arsenal created a lot of chances. Arsenal had, people that call Arsenal the corner kings. Arsenal had close to 11 or 12 corners in today's game, and Arsenal couldn't still find the back of the net. And I felt kudos to Newcastle, really, and Arsenal needs to work on a lot of things. The fourth point really is Saka it's a big miss for Arsenal. I think it's clear. I think even on the podcast here, we said it many times that Arsenal were going to feel the miss of Saka against a top side. And I think Newcastle has really shown that example, because Saka is one of the, as I said many times here, Saka is one of the most consistent football players, in the Premier League. He's one of those players that you can bet on to create magic when you need it. And I think Arsenal needed that today. A lot of chances. Havertz was just, I don't want to blame Havertz, because definitely it was clear that that Havertz was toothless today. But I think also it's also a sign to show Arsenal fans, because I see some Arsenal fans are furious with Havertz. I think, yes, you have the right. He had a lot of good chances that he did not convert. But also, I think we'll be shouting this right from the beginning of the season, that Arsenal needs a striker. Arsenal needs a striker. And I've been hearing some Arsenal fans around me saying, no, we are okay with Havertz, or no, we've not found the right profile. Okay, go for Ivan Toney. No, Ivan Toney is not the kind of, the issues he has off the pitch. We don't really want him. Okay, go for Gyökeres. Gyökeres, we don't really tested him. We don't really feel he's the one. So Arsenal fans have been picking and choosing strikers. No, we don't want this one. This one is not what we want. Okay, now who do you want? Because you need a striker. It's not rocket science to come to the point where you just decide, where you just say that, a team like Arsenal, if you don't have a good striker, starting for you, there are some games you don't just win. There are some games that a good striker will win for you, or a good striker, would make it easier. Imagine if the header for example, from Havertz had been converted by a good striker, maybe even going to the second leg of that semi-final against Newcastle, you will go with a better chance than when it's 2-0. So you just need a striker if you want to compete at the highest level. And I think Arsenal fans are beginning to understand today, or I hope they understand today, why we said they need a striker. And finally, speaking about strikers, I think you cannot finish a 5 things concerning Newcastle at this moment and not talk about the amazing Isak. Isak is amazing. I think now I'm looking at Arsenal fans that have been clamoring that they want Isak. I'm looking at it and saying, you guys have to do a lot. You have to pay a lot to get that guy. That guy is spectacular, really. That guy is the kind of striker that you can see him do many things for you. See the second goal, the link up in between the lines, the movement. See the first goal, the sharpness, not to contend with the ball, but to just have the mindset that I need to be at the right position in case the ball comes. These guys are amazing. And I think Arsenal, I really believe he's going to be a good fit for Arsenal because of the way Arsenal plays. I really believe he's a good striker and he will fit in Arsenal's system. But Newcastle is doing well. If Newcastle gets to Europe, you have to do a lot more convincing why he should be leaving Newcastle to Arsenal. Even though I know he will want to leave Newcastle to Arsenal, but Arsenal has to pay a lot for that guy, and I believe that guy will be worth every penny. So guys, this is my 5 things. Newcastle versus Arsenal. Arsenal at home at the Emirates. Arsenal's 0, Newcastle 2. Guys, as usual, I know you have your own opinions on the game. Please drop it in the comment section. And also, I know you like this content. Please click on the like button. Please subscribe. And most importantly, please share. Till we see you next time. Bye.